While you're there, click on the Broad Country icon to watch archived episodes of our regionally televised show, Broad Country. The show airs every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. statewide on the Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. And then you can get all of the latest info from the Bronx basketball teams directly from coaches Dan Hipsher and Larry Tidwell by catching the Coaches Show weekly on 956sports.com. Fans, are you on your phone using social media? Then make sure you like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram, and check out video content at our YouTube page. And while you're at it, check in right here at the UTPA Fieldhouse on Foursquare. If you're hungry,
coming to you live from the UTPA Fieldhouse in the three-time All-American city of Edinburgh, this is Bronx Volleyball. Tonight, the Bronx close out the season against the California State University Bakersfield Roadrunners in a WAC matchup riddled with meaning for both teams. For the Bronx, it's senior night. It is the final match in the career of Nicole Masaki, and how nice that it comes at home here in front of the UTPA faithful. And for Bakersfield, well, they got to win this match. Now, they don't have to win it to make it to the WAC conference tournament. They've already made that. But to guarantee themselves a first-round bye and a trip directly to the semifinals rather than having to play a quarterfinal match, Bakersfield has got to win. So, the Bronx hoping to play the role of spoiler while sending Nicole Masaki out with a victory. Nicole Masaki has been one of the most meaningful players the Bronx have had ever. Masaki ranks third all-time in career assists. She's one short of 2,000. If she gets 35 assists, she'll tie for second all-time, 36 to pass. Masaki also ranks third all-time in assists per set. And then this season, Masaki ranks fifth for the most ever assists in a single season. She needs 30 to move into fourth by herself. Also ranks fifth in most assists per set in the season this year with 9.16. She's among the NCAA leaders as well. Been a big season for Masaki. Hoping to end it on a high note. We'll take a timeout. Coming up on Bronx pre-match, it's Coach's Corner. I chat with Bronx head coach Brian Yale. And then after that, we are going to bring you directly to the senior day ceremony. This is Bronx Volleyball.
Here, we understand how a team is the result of being part of something larger than yourself, creating a better outcome and a better tomorrow. Doctors Hospital Renaissance is proud to support the University of Texas Pan American Bronx.
Dr. Pena, does LASIK surgery work?
LASIK surgery is America's most frequently performed elective procedure. In fact, I've helped thousands of patients see better.
Dr. Pena.
Call me Raulito.
Thousands and thousands. Raulito, are you sure?
Is that thing on?
Yes.
Follow me. I had to put him somewhere. It's a big project.
That's a lot of successful operations. Call Dr. Raulito Pena at 661-UC.
The phone keeps ringing. Gotta make room.
Oh, we've got to throw it all out there. Welcome back to Bronx pre-match. It's the Coach's Corner. Jonah Goldberg with Bronx head coach Brian Yale. And coach, last match of the season, can't hold anything back now.
No, we've got to throw it all out there. We practiced yesterday just like any other day throughout the season. We haven't given up on anything. We're still, fighting for every win that we can get. And, we're going to have our hands full tonight with a good team here. But, I think we're ready.
when you know you have your last practice and you know it's the last match, is there any kind of different feeling around the team or a difference in what you say to them?
There certainly could be, but we didn't want to, right now we're trying to build for next season already to a degree. So, we've got to keep fighting, keep scrapping, keep getting better. We've got lots of young ones out there. We've only got one senior, so it's not like everybody's, on their last match. We've got to keep building for the future.
That's true, and your senior is your setter, the setter, Nicole Masaki, who ranks 3rd in program history in assists. Her first assist today will be her 2,000th. What has she meant to you in the program?
She's been a great person to have on the team, and that's first and foremost. She's a great person, and she's been a responsible leader, a diligent student, and she's kind of led by example. The fact that she's going to achieve, the benchmarks and all that she has, is secondary, and I'm sure she would say the same thing. But it's been a pleasure to have her on the team in the last 2 years, and we're certainly going to miss her.
She came in right away, and she came in that spring before she started, got acclimated with the team. By the time she took the court for the first match, it felt like she had already been here for a while.
She had, and at her position especially, that was huge coming in that first spring. Volleyball in and of itself is kind of backwards, where we compete first and then get to train afterwards. And so, I know our freshmen are looking forward. I'm looking forward to getting our freshmen on the court, and that's really what she was that first spring coming in. Even though she was a sophomore in the classroom and about to be a junior for us first time, she was a freshman, so she needed that semester to get ingrained in our system and things that we were looking for and all that. And it paid dividends, and we were lucky that we were able to get her in at that point in time.
And she became a leader and one of your tri-captains.
She did. She stepped up right away. She was that presence. It was just that personality and that responsible kid that everybody saw. And she was a kid then. She's a young woman now. She's become a great person. She's a good mentor, a good role model, and we're going to definitely keep in touch with her.
So, have you thought about what it's going to be like after the match? Are you going to have to be fighting back tears? Well, last time Nicole puts up a set for what we hope would be a match-winning kill.
We'll see. Tears of victory would be a great thing. We'll take that any day of the week. So, I haven't really thought about it. When it happens, and we'll see what there'll be a lot of emotions every which way, I'm sure, and we'll recognize her before the match, and she's got some family here that came a long way to see her and all that. So it'll be there'll be emotions all over tonight.
Take on Bakersfield. It's a team that you've seen once before, and despite the final score, it was actually a pretty close match.
We did. We played them really well, and that's the plan again tonight. There's some things that we do well that they can struggle against, and and vice versa, and that's the way it goes. So we know the game plan. We've got some things to counter against for them, but we know that if we go out and play aggressive, serve aggressive, we're gonna have a match on our hands.
Today's match, obviously, in a lot of ways about Nicole Masaki, in a lot of ways about the future. But for Bakersfield, if you guys beat them, they're gonna have to play a first-round match in the WAC tournament, most likely. So, are you trying to play the spoiler tonight?
We'll certainly do that. That's been on our minds a little bit, or at least on my mind. That every spoil is a good spoil. So we'll take that. Like I said, we're out to compete just like any other match. Just like we were headed to the tournament ourselves. So they're fighting for positioning certainly, and they've been playing well. They've been playing real well the last couple of weeks. So if they go out, they have a chance to be on fire. But like I said, we do some things well that they struggle against, and we're certainly going to try and do a whole lot of those.
All right, Coach. Thanks a lot, and good luck.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Bronx head coach Brian Yale. That'll do it for the Coaches Corner. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have the Senior Day ceremony honoring Nicole Masaki. This is Bronx Volleyball.
I want you to come see us today at your new Buick GMC dealer, South Texas Buick GMC.
Come test drive the all-new 2014 GMC Sierra and drive it home for just $399 a month.
South Texas Buick GMC.
UTPA, the WAC, and the NCAA, thank you for your cooperation.
Welcome back out to the UTPA Fieldhouse. Jonah Goldberg riding with you on senior night. Bronx getting set to take on the Bakersfield Roadrunners, and before they do, Bronx senior Nicole Masaki is going to be honored here in front of the Bronx faithful. And we are going to bring you that entire ceremony right now.
Good evening, ladies.
Let's turn it over to UTPA Public Address Announcer David Riggs.
Fieldhouse, located on the beautiful campus of the University of Texas Pan American in the three-time All-American city of Edinburgh. Tonight's match is between the Bakersfield Roadrunners and your University of Texas Pan American Bronx.
Before they're doing their senior night thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please turn your attention to the court. Tonight is our last home match of the season, and as such, we would like to take this time to honor our graduating senior, a 5'6" setter out of Kaneohe, Hawaii, number 3, Nicole Masaki! Nicole has spent the last 2 seasons with the Bronx after transferring from Laredo Community College. As a junior, she was among the NCAA leaders in assists and aces per set, while earning all Great West Conference second team and all newcomer team honors. This season, Masaki is again among the NCAA leaders in assists and aces per set. With more than 1,000 assists this season alone, Masaki ranks 5th in most assists in a single season in program history. Nicole is currently 1 assist away from becoming the 3rd player in program history to record 2,000 career assists, and she ranks in the top 3 all-time in program history. Ladies and gentlemen, she's joined by her mother, Corianne. Let's hear it for one of the greatest setters in UTPA history, Nicole Masaki!
Standing ovation for Masaki here out on center court, joined by her mother. And she puts a lei around Coach Yale, gets a hug from Athletic Director Chris King, and we're up against the national anthem, so we'll step aside.
This commercial brought to you by Lax Furniture, an official sponsor of the University of Texas Pan American Intercollegiate Athletics.
Brave and bold, silver and gold.
We're on a mission. Aggie up.
Bronx Country just got a whole lot bigger.
Mighty Wolverines of UVU.
Join the herd. Lopes up.
Bold moves, big season, grew up.
We are the new gold standard.
We will be champions.
We are the Western Athletic Conference.
Welcome back out to the UTPA Fieldhouse. Jonah Goldberg riding with you on Bronx. Well, I can't call it pre-match anymore. It's match time here on senior night. Bronx getting set to take on the California State University Bakersfield Roadrunners. They are running through the starting lineups as we speak. So we will do the same. And we will start with visiting Bakersfield. Starting at outside hitter, a 5'7" junior out of Salt Lake City, Utah, number 1, Danica Youngblood. A 5'7" senior out of Belo Horizonte, Brazil, number 8, Deborah Arau. A 5'10" sophomore out of Bakersfield, California, number 12, Sarah Little. And a 5'11" junior out of Tonganoxie, Kansas, number 15, Molly O'Hagan. At middle blocker, a 6'2" senior out of Ottawa, Ontario, number 16, Julia Bowen. The setter is a 5'7" senior out of Belo Horizonte, Brazil, number 14, Fernanda Goncalves. And at libero, a 5'6" redshirt junior out of Bakersfield, California, number 2, Maria Alvidrez. Head coach of the Roadrunners in her 3rd season is Jolene Shepherdson. The assistant head coach is Aaron Shepherdson. And the assistant coach is Brian Carlavajo. The Roadrunners enter this match with a record of 19-11. They're 11-4 in WAC play, tied for 2nd place. They've won their last 2 in a row, and they've won their last 3 road matches. Roadrunners sport a 5-8 road record, 4-3 though in conference play. They swept Utah Valley during the regular season, so if they win today, they will be the number 2 seed in the WAC. Bronx trying to play spoiler. If they win and Utah Valley wins their last match against New Mexico State, then Utah Valley's going to get that first round bye instead. Starting for the Bronx, you can line up the usual suspects. Starting at outside hitter, a 5'9" freshman out of Round Rock, number 2, Alicia Watson. A 5'11" sophomore out of San Benito, number 11, Casey Sanchez. And a 6' junior out of Lanai, Hawaii, number 12, Krista Freitas. In the middle, a 5'10" redshirt junior out of Berlin, Germany. Tri-captain of the Bronx, number 8, Maria Kleefolk. And a 6' sophomore out of Honolulu, Hawaii, number 14, Haley Durham. At center, a 5'6" senior out of Kaneohe, Hawaii. Tri-captain of the Bronx, number 3, Nicole Masaki. And at libero, a 5'6" junior out of Converse, number 1, Shanice Faison. The head coach of the Bronx in his 3rd season is Mr. Brian Yale. He is assisted by Cameron Sittler and Ashley Christensen. The Bronx enter this match with a record of 13-9. They've lost their last 2 and 13 in WAC play. At home this season, the Bronx are 4-6, 1-6 in the WAC. Bronx on the right side. Well, actually, they're filling up your screen right now. The Roadrunners will be on the left. Bronx in those home white tops with the green shorts, green numbers on the front and on the back, green lettering UTPA below the number in white trim, WAC patch, WAC in orange on a white background, and green trim around the circle of the patch on the left shoulder. Bucking Bronx in orange on the top of the number on the back, and a Nike swoosh on the right shoulder. Roadrunners in their blue and gold. Haley Durham out, Shanice Faison in for the Bronx. Blue in the middle, gold on the sides, except for the libero who wears nothing but gold. Gold numbers for everybody except the libero has blue numbers. It says runners on the front of the jerseys, short for Roadrunners. Nicole Masaki takes the opening serve, and we are underway. And a block by Maria Kleefolk. The Bronx out to a 1-0 lead. So the senior Masaki in her last match, waiting to serve. Jump float. Ace! Nicole Misaki on senior night. And it's 2-0 Bronx. Misaki jump float. Get it over. Hits off a phase-on, kept alive, headed back to the stands, and that is a point for Bakersfield. It's 2-1. Kelsey Sawyer serves it out. The Bronx lead 3-1. Erin Riley in for the Roadrunners. Krista Freitas serving. Little tap over. Dive by Watson to keep it up. Attack by Sanchez, blocked to the net. Cleafolk sends it back. Phase on. Freitas from the back row. To the left, the whistle, point Bronx. UTPA out to a 4-1 lead. Freitas serves towards the front. Attack from the outside. Misaki sets it up. Sanchez on the attack. Popped high by Bakersfield. Comes over to the left, the attack gets past the block. Misaki keeps it up. Phase on. Watson gets us past the block. Another block attempt. Misaki, set. Watson, kill. 5-1 Bronx. Great to serving. Oh, and it's sent down by Casey Sanchez. 6-1 Bronx. Bronx off to a great start against Bakersfield. Into the net. 7-1 UTPA. Great to serving again. Attack and a block! Cleveland and Watson! It's 8-1 Bronx! Timeout! Roadrunners! Wow! The Bronx have jumped out to an 8-1 first set lead. And they've done it with just 2 kills. One by Watson, one by Sanchez. They have the ace from Misaki. Everything else, I mean, you have 2 attack errors on Bakersfield. A reception error on Bakersfield. That's 6. The Bronx with a pair of blocks as well. 2 total blocks, 4 block assists, as it were. So the Bronx have come out firing on all cylinders. And they lead 8-1 in the first set. Now that is how you start it up. Bakersfield responds. And it's 8-2.
Serving is number 2, Mariah Alvarez.
Mariah Alvarez to serve after a kill by Arau. Attack, that one is in. Back-to-back points by the Roadrunners, it's 8-3. Guiter serving. The attack and another kill, it's 8-4. You know, that's not Guiter, that's Alvarez. 3 straight for Bakersfield after the Bronx opened the set with an 8-1 run. Cleefolk. Up to the left. There's the attack by Guiter. Masaki stays on. Watson left hand. Coming back forward. The attack by Guiter. Masaki sets it up for Durham. Freitas punches it up. Sanchez from the outside. Into the middle. Now the attack and the kill by Deborah Arau. And suddenly it's 8-5. 4 straight for Bakersfield. Masaki sets up Watson. Diving grab by Gonkel. In the middle. Another point for Bakersfield. It's 8-6. 5 straight for the Roadrunners after the Bronx opened up on an 8-1 run. Cleefolk, a little floater. Comes to the middle. O'Hagan. Masaki has to get it over. Alvarez. O'Hagan in the middle with the kill. It's 8-7. It's suddenly a 1-point set. A 6-0 run for the Roadrunners. Masaki sets up Watson. Block in the net. Kept up by the runners. Another block. Kept up again. Over the block. Tie set. 7 straight for the Roadrunners. And now the Bronx want a timeout. Set tied at 8. You're watching Bronx Volleyball.
Here, we understand how a team is the result of being part of something larger than yourself. Creating a better outcome and a better tomorrow. Doctors Hospital Renaissance is proud to support the University of Texas Pan American Bronx.
Dr. Pena, does LASIK surgery work?
LASIK surgery is America's most frequently performed elective procedure. In fact, I've helped thousands of patients see better.
Dr. Pena.
Call me Raulito.
Thousands and thousands. Raulito, are you sure?
Is that thing on?
Yes.
Follow me. I had to put him somewhere. It's a big project.
That's a lot of successful operations. Call Dr. Raulito Pena at 661-UC.
The phone keeps ringing. Gotta make room.
Back we are at the UTPA Fieldhouse. Jonah Goldberg riding with you. Opening set tied at 8. Cleefolk punches it over. Bakersfield keeps it up. Faison on the first hit and a point for the Bronx. That breaks the run. Well, the Bronx opened up this set 8-1. Roadrunners scored the next 7 after their own timeout to tie it. Bronx called timeout, and now they get the first point after the timeout. Clevefolk serving. There's the attack and the kill. Tied at 9. Point for Bakersfield. 10-9 Roadrunners. They take their first lead. Watson. Masaki sets it up. Watson in the middle. Gets past 3 blockers. Comes to the outside for O'Hagan. And it's 11-9 Bakersfield. Masaki sets it up for Sanchez. Goes left hand instead of right. Bakersfield gets it back over. Now Durham down the middle. That's not coming back. When Durham can get a good angle, she just winds up and fires.
Serving for UTPA, number 2, Alicia Watson.
Alicia Watson serving out. 12-10 Roadrunners.
In for Bakersfield, number 1, Jennifer Youngblood, and number 7, Kelsey Sawyer. Serving is number 1, Jennifer Youngblood. Point Bakersfield.
13-10 Roadrunners. Attack by Sanchez. Comes to the left side for Sawyer. Sawyer's going to try again. Watson, Masaki, Durham on the outside. Pushed up by Rao. Sawyer, Faison diving. Masaki. Here comes Freitas. Yes! Oh! It was kept alive ever so briefly. Well, the Bronx do get the point. It's 13-11.
Serving for UTPA, number 11, Casey Sanchez.
Durham and Freitas trying to block, but goes out, so Bakersfield gets the point. It's 14-11. Molly O'Hagan serving. Masaki sets it up. Here's Freitas. Goes out. 15-11 Roadrunners. After going up 8-1, the Bronx have since been outscored 14-3. O'Hagan serving. Masaki for Durham into the net. Well, that's actually now 15, no, it is 16-11. Masaki claps her hands and get her teammates going. Faison to Masaki. Freitas on the outside through the block. Dive by Arao keeps it up. Faison. Masaki races over. Almost comes colliding into press row. Look at Durham sending it back. Like, I don't want that. 16-12. Bronx within 4. Haley Durham serving. Youngblood has trouble. It's pushed backwards. And that's going to be a point for UTPA. The attack gets over Masaki and out of the reach of a diving Watson. It's 17-13 Roadrunners. Fernanda Gonsalves serving. Clevefolk attacking. To the right side and into the net. Attack error, Deborah Arau. Bronx within 3. It's 17-14.
Serving for UTPA, number 3, Nicole Masaki.
And look at the ace for Nicole Masaki on senior night. Bronx within 17-15. Masaki ready to serve again. Bronx down 2. It's airborne. Attack from the left. Double hit. Point Bakersfield.
In for Bakersfield, number 3, Shayna Guitar. Serving is number 7, Kelsey Sawyer.
Clevefolk. Comes to the outside to Gutierrez. Masaki. Clevefolk, a little tap with the right fingers. At the net, a point for UTPA. Bronx within 2, it's 18-16.
In for Bakersfield, number 11, Erin Ryan. Serving for the Bronx is number 12, Krista Freitas.
Krista Freitas serving. Out of the reach of a diving phase on. 19-16 Roadrunners.
In for Bakersfield, number 15, Molly O'Hagan. Serving is number 2, Mariah Alvarez.
Phase on. Masaki. Here's Sanchez. It's a past the block. Gutierrez gets it up. Now the attack. Arau. And that one's heading out. 20-16 Roadrunners. And another timeout called for by the Bronx. Down 4 in the opening set.
I want you to come see us today at your new Buick GMC dealer, South Texas Buick GMC.
Come test drive the all-new 2014 GMC Sierra and drive it home for just $399 a month.
South Texas Buick GMC.
Back at the UTPA Fieldhouse where the Bronx pick up the first point after their second time out of the set. It's 20-17. Macy Singleton in to serve for UTPA. Up by Alvarez. Now the attack and a block by Sanchez, but kept up by Bakersfield. It's over to O'Hagan. Sanchez sent back, and Singleton tries to push it up, but a point for Bakersfield. So it was scooped up with the palm of the hand. 21-17 Roadrunners. Masaki sets up Sanchez. And that is not coming back. Off of a row, and the Bronx within 3. It's 21-18. Big crowd on hand here for the final volleyball match of the season. The Bronx pull within 2. Watson gets airborne. Bronx down 3. Youngblood. Watson for Masaki. Now to Sanchez. It's up by Rao. Right side Sawyer. Sanchez. On one knee, Youngblood. Sawyer again. Faison. Masaki. Youngblood. O'Hagan. And it's out. Bronx point, 22-20. Casey Sanchez serving for the Bronx. Need 2 to tie it. Gets over the block. Faison. Masaki sends it over. And out. 23-20 Roadrunners. Well, that one came back to me, but after last year's experience, I was ready. 24-20 Bakersfield. Durham on the attack. Popped in the air. Sanchez. Masaki sends it over herself. Popped by O'Hagan. On the left side, Sawyer, a block. Roadrunners getting another try through the block and with the point to end the set and take a 25-20 lead, or 25-20 win, and take set number 1. So we move on to the second set. Bakersfield with a 1-0 lead. You're watching Bronx Volleyball.
Here, we understand how a team is the result of being part of something larger than yourself, creating a better outcome and a better tomorrow. Doctors Hospital Renaissance is proud to support the University of Texas Pan American Bronx.
Dr. Pena, does LASIK surgery work?
LASIK surgery is America's most frequently performed elective procedure. In fact, I've helped thousands of patients see better.
Dr. Pena.
Call me Raulito.
Thousands and thousands. Raulito, are you sure?
Is that thing on?
Yes.
Follow me. I had to put him somewhere. It's a big project.
That's a lot of successful operations. Call Dr. Rolito Pena at 661-UC.
The phone keeps ringing. Gotta make room.
I want you to come see us today at your new Buick GMC dealer, South Texas Buick GMC.
Come test drive the all-new 2014 GMC Sierra and drive it home for just $399 a month.
South Texas being GMC.
This commercial brought to you by Lax Furniture, an official sponsor of the University of Texas Pan American Intercollegiate Athletics.
Back in the UTPA field house, Jonah Goldberg riding with you. Second set, they switch sides of the court. Bronx dropped the first set 25-20 and now trail 1-0. Bronx led by Alicia Watson with 2 kills and 4 digs. Casey Sanchez, 2 kills, 3 digs. Haley Durham has 2 kills as well. 8 digs for Shanice Faison. Nicole Masaki, 5 assists. That gets her to 2004 for her career. Third Bronx to ever reach 2,000 in her career. 2 aces and 2 digs as well. The Bronx also have 2 blocks from Watson, 2 from Cleefolk, and 1 from Durham. As for Bakersfield, 5 kills already from Molly O'Hagan, 12 assists for Fernanda Gonçalves. Alvarez with 9 digs. Well, we're underway in set number 2. And the first attack by Bakersfield comes out to our left, and Bakersfield leads 1-0. Maria Alvarez, the libero, serving for the Roadrunners. Watson pops it up. Cleefolk. Thrown over by Sanchez. Gonçalves out of the reach of Watson. And it's 2-0 Roadrunners. Alvarez with the jump float. Freitas. Masaki. Cleefolk blocked to the net. Comes back to Faison. Watson into the net. 3-0 Roadrunners. Alvarez, jump float, Faison, Masaki, Freitas into the net. 4-0 Roadrunners. Alvidrez still serving. Freitas, Masaki, Kleefolk punches it through. Oh, and it's sent back. Kleefolk again, and that one's not coming back. And the Bronx on the board. It's 4-1. Saki into the net. 5-1 Roadrunners. Freitas. Faison. Freitas again. Thrown forward by Raho. Watson stuffed to the net. Sanchez dives. Out of her reach. Sends it back. O'Hagan dumps it in. 6-1 Bakersfield. O'Hagan makes it 7-1 Bakersfield. And the Bronx call for time out. We'll take one as well.
Brave and bold, silver and gold.
We're on a mission.
Aggie up.
Bronx country just got a whole lot bigger.
Mighty Wolverines of UVU.
Join the herd. Lopes up.
Bold moves, big season, grew up.
We are the new gold standard.
We will be champions.
We are the Western Athletic Conference.
Back we are at the UTPA Fieldhouse. Jonah Goldberg riding with you. Bronx down 7-1 here in set number 2. And remember, the Bronx led 8-1 in set number 1. Bakersfield came back to win it. Bronx got a point right off the timeout. After Bakersfield went down 8-1, they called timeout, scored 7 straight. Well, Bronx went down 7-1, called timeout. They've got the first point here. Freitas serving. Attack. Freitas on the first hit. Masaki. Watson. Gonsalves. Push over by Guitar. Stays in. 7-3. Comes to the right. Masaki sets up Freitas. Back row attack, stays into the corner. 7-4. Don't look now. Here come the Bronx. Freitas. Forward by Alvidrez. Masaki for Watson. Got it! 7-5. 4 straight for the Bronx. Guitar slams it down. Makes it 8-5. Danica Youngblood back to serve. It's airborne. Faison. Freitas. Here comes Sanchez. Alvidrez sends it forward for Sawyer. 2 Bronx diving, neither reaching it. It's 9-5 runners. Sent in by O'Hagan. O'Hagan having some kind of match, already 8 kills. It's 10-5 runners. Youngblood. Masaki. Cleefolk, yes! Bronx within 4. Another point for the Bronx. O'Hagan. He is hard to stop. O'Hagan this season averaging about 3 kills per set, which is second best on the runners. Bronx back within 3. Freitas. Sawyer out of bounds. Whoa, in. Huh. 12-8. Watson. Masaki sets it up for Durham. Got it! Twelve 9. Macy Singleton in for the Bronx, getting ready to serve. Should be an interesting battle next year for setting duties. 13-9. Bronx yesterday announced their two incoming freshmen signing national letters of intent. One of them is a stellar setter. Bronx within 3.
In for UTPA is number 8, Maria Cleefolk. And in for Bakersfield, number 11, Erin Riley.
Mary Kate Clark comes from Waxahachie High School. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Just outside of Dallas. One of the top setters in the state. Coach Hale expects both her and outside hitter Kyra Hill, also signing an NLI, to compete for playing time and starting roles immediately. Very excited about this freshman class. So with Nicole Masaki graduating, if you're wondering what the setter situation looks like, my guess would be it would be a competition between Clark and Macy Singleton, or at least her starting duties. Freitas. Well, there's also a potential wild card in there. If Nosheen Merchant comes back strong, which the Bronx certainly hope she will, Janice Faison will be a senior. She has experience both as a libero and a setter. Had been playing a lot of defensive specialists for the Bronx early in the season before taking over the libero role. So, could be a very interesting competition come spring, come summer, come fall. But right now, worried about the match at hand. Bronx down 17-10, and they call a timeout. This is Bronx Volleyball.
I want you to come see us today at your new Buick GMC dealer, South Texas Buick GMC.
Come test drive the all-new 2014 GMC Sierra and drive it home for just $399 a month.
South Texas Buick GMC.
Back at the UTPA Fieldhouse, Jonah Goldberg riding with you. Set number 2, Bronx have used both their timeouts. They trail 17-10. Freitas on the attack. Another kill for Bakersfield. Karina Acuff is into the match for the first time. Freshman middle blocker. Acuff, Masaki, Watson, Krista Freitas, Singleton, Faison. Acuff on the attack. Tried to block, sent back up. Now forward, Guitar. Now Acuff blocked the net. Whistle. Double hit, it's Bronx ball. Bronx point rather. 18-11. Whistle. Now the Bronx point. Bronx within 6. Bakersfield looking for an explanation. Brenda Gonsalves speaking with the official. Nicole Masaki on senior night serving. Singleton sets it up for Freitas. The attack. And it's 19-12 Roadrunners. Watson. Yes. Bronx within 6.
In for UTPA is number 11, Casey Sunshine.
Krista Freitas. Flat-footed serve to the front row. Acuff sends it back. Freitas serving. Gets past Acuff. And that one's not coming back. 2014.
In for Bakersfield is number 1, Danica Youngblood, and number 7, Kelsey Sawyer. Youngblood to serve.
Danica Youngblood serving for Bakersfield. Set number 2, Bronx down 1-0 in the match. 2014 in the set. Make it 21 or 2015. Bronx within 5.
In for UTPA is number 14, Haley Durham, and number 5, Angelica Vargas. Vargas to serve.
Angelica Vargas in. Serving for the Bronx. Sends it towards the corner. Sent forward by Alvarez. Now the attack. And the kill by O'Hagan. It's our 13th kill of the match already. 21-15. O'Hagan serving. Masaki for Sanchez. In the middle, that's Bowen. And another point for Bakersfield. O'Hagan serving again. Masaki sets it up. Oh. When Haley Durham is on target, there's not a lot you can do about it. 22-16. Watson serving, scrapes the net. Sawyer, Freitas, Masaki, Durham, thrown forward. Durham again. Sawyer. Bays on for Watson. It's in the back. Freitas gets it over. Sawyer again on the left. Ball pops back. Alvarez. And it's 23-16 Roadrunners. Masaki for Durham. Got it. 23-17. Macy Singleton in. Casey Sanchez out. Kill by Deborah Arauzo. And it's set point for Bakersfield. Kelsey Sawyer back to serve. Masaki sets up Durham. Got it. Bronx within 6.
In for Bakersfield is number 11, Aaron Riley. And in for UTPA, number 15, Corinne Acuff. Serving is number 14, Haley Durham.
Blocking the net. Acuff sends it back. 24-19. Durham, little rainbow to the front row. Masaki, Singleton. Goes out. It's 24-20. And Bakersfield calls for a timeout. They don't want to let this one slip away, but Bronx are on the comeback trail. We'll be right back.
This commercial brought to you by Lax Furniture, an official sponsor of the University of Texas Pan American Intercollegiate Athletics.
Back at the UTPA Fieldhouse, Bronx trying to pull off a comeback. Here in set number 2. But off a timeout, Bakersfield takes the set, 25-20. Now the Roadrunners lead the match, 2-0. Take a look at some of the stats thus far. Roadrunners are led by Molly O'Hagan. She has a match high 13 kills. 9 kills for Deborah Arauzo. She's hitting 500, as is O'Hagan for that matter. Also has 11 digs, approaching a double-double. 6 kills for Shayna Guitar.
Raven Bolt, silver and gold.
5 kills for Kelly Sawyer. 2 for Fernanda Gonçalves, who also has 28 assists. 2 kills for Julia Bowen and 1 for Erin Riley.
We are the new gold standard.
The Roadrunners are hitting 357 for the match. The Bronx are at 195 as we look at some of the Bronx numbers through 2 sets. The Bronx are led in kills by Haley Durham. She's got 8 to go with 2 blocks. 5 kills for Casey Sanchez. 4 kills for Alicia Watson with 3 blocks. 2 kills Maria Cleefolk, 2 blocks. 2 kills Krista Freitas, 8 digs. 2 kills Corinne Akuff, 1 block. Nicole Masaki with 19 assists, 3 aces and 3 digs. So with 19 assists, Masaki now up to 2018 for her career, which means that she needs another 16 to tie for second most in program history with Maria Velasquez, played here from 93 to 96. And another 11 to tie Lorena Lopez, for 4th most in a single season in program history. That was in the year 2000. Well, folks, if you haven't heard yet, and I sure hope you have, talk about it enough, the Broncs have launched a regionally televised show. It airs every week. It's called Bronc Country. Every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Time Warner Cable Sports Channel goes live at 956sports.com at the same time. Runs throughout the week on McAllen Cable Network and FAR Television. And Fridays at 11 a.m. on Comcast Sportsnet Houston. And, of course, we always have it on our YouTube website, via UTPABronx.com. It's up right now. In fact, this week's new episode of Bronc Country. So what I'd like to do right now is play a segment of this week's episode of Bronc Country to get your appetite warm. And then after today's broadcast, I certainly hope you will go and watch the entire show. Glad Bagariu arrived on campus in May as the first women's soccer head coach in UTPA history. His team, however, isn't here yet. The Broncs don't start play until 2014, so while the NCAA tournament goes on, the question is, what does a coach without a team do all day? Alex Pena has the details.
We will be here for preseason camp August 7th. So that's when we'll see the 2014 team make its debut. I'm sure that'll be a big event. We have quite a number of players committed. We're still working on rounding up that class. But up until that point, I'm in the small office, which serves its purposes because all I'm really doing is I'm on the road, I'm on the phone, and I'm writing emails. National Signing Day is February 5th. And after that day is over, I will feel very, very good because then I can talk about players directly, and then I will know for a fact that these players are coming to the University of Texas Pan American. And obviously, we know that a verbal commitment is a verbal commitment, and we trust that all these players will come. But it feels great to get past that day. For the most part, I try to make sure that I'm not letting the work overtake me. I'm always on top of everything. So I think I do a very good job of being very organized and keeping up with work. So my paperwork doesn't get behind, my recruiting doesn't get behind, and my scheduling doesn't get behind. And then plus the ordering of equipment and planning out sessions and all that is always done in a timely fashion. I try to stay fairly organized Monday through Sunday, know exactly what I'm doing each day, so nothing ever gets left behind. Once you get through the initial recruiting phase and they commit to us, we try to keep up with them by watching their games whenever they're at tournaments that we go to, through emails, because there's always things to do for them now. They have to complete their FAFSA, they have to apply to school, they have to get all their information to the clearinghouse, and then we also want to get to know them a little bit more than just soccer. So we call them on the phone. When I say we, I mean I. I call them on the phone, I speak to them, make sure that everything is going smooth. And obviously we try to go out and watch them play some more and just see how they continue their development, because obviously they're still 6-7 months away before they come out to play for me.
If you want to help build the women's soccer program at UTPA, donate to the Bronc Athletic Fund today. You can become a member of the BAF for just $50 a year. All of the money raised goes directly to student-athlete scholarships, so visit BroncAthleticFund.com today to see how you can make a meaningful impact on the lives of student-athletes. Coach Bagariu has been coaching for a few years now. He even has a Coach of the Year award to his credit, but it certainly wasn't easy getting into coaching. It's one of the toughest professions to get into, especially at the Division I level, and that's just as true in women's basketball. It's rare to get a full-time assistant coaching gig at the age of 23, but Hannah Burleson did just that, and the Broncs are happy to have her aboard. Lucy Barrera has the story.
At the age of 23, most people are concerned with trying to get into graduate school or trying to find a job, not helping run a Division I basketball team.
If I thought that I would come down here and, finish my master's, and then whenever he'd talked to me a little bit about the positioning open up, and he had said to apply, and so I went ahead and applied, and then they called me sometime the beginning of May, and then my first official day was May 15th.
23-year-old Hannah Burleson is the youngest assistant coach in Division I women's basketball.
I knew coming into it that I was pretty young for the job, for the title, but it was probably about in June when Jonah sent the initial email and was like, hey, do we have anyone younger than this girl somewhere? And I was like, I think I'm younger, so.
While she may only be 23 years old, Coach Tidwell is confident in her abilities.
She's young, the youngest Division I assistant coach in the country, but it doesn't matter to me because I know how her work ethic is, and you've got to have production. I mean, it's just sort of like if I'm going to play a freshman like Shantae Goff, for instance. If she produces, she'll play. It's all about production and getting things done. And the thing I like about Hannah, I can give her 2 or 3 things to do, and by the time it gets back to me, she's got 8 or 9 things done.
Hannah, whose parents are also coaches, knows the hard work that goes into coaching a successful team.
She reads off me. Again, it's a coach's kid. I mean, and they know what, you know, as they grow up, they see what their parents go through as coaches, and they understand the hours, they understand the work ethic, they understand what it takes to develop a winning program.
In spite of her age, Hannah has already showed maturity in and out of practice. For Bronx Country, this is Lucy Barrera.
UTPA volleyball playing their final road match of the season. Next on Bronx Country, we take you on a trip to Phoenix for the Bronx match at Grand Canyon. This commercial brought to you by Lax Furniture, an official sponsor of the University of Texas Pan American Intercollegiate Athletics.
Brave and bold, silver and gold.
We're on a mission.
Aggie up.
Bronx Country just got a whole lot bigger.
Mighty Wolverines of UVU.
Join the herd. Lopes up.
Bold moves, big season, grew up.
We are the new gold standard.
We will be champions.
We are the Western Athletic Conference.
Welcome back out to the UTPA Fieldhouse. Jonah Goldberg riding with you. Go to the third set. The Bronx down 2-0, and the Bronx spent an awful lot of time in the locker room. Most of that I think they've spent all season. They came back out with 16.8 seconds before the start of the third set. That is the closest they have cut it. Oh, to be a fly on the wall. Coach Yale started this match with a jacket and tie, has removed both. He also was wearing a lei given to him by Nicole Masaki. Cameron Sittler, assistant coach, is now wearing the lei. Corinna Cuff is going to start here in the third set. It's a Cuff, Watson, and Sanchez along the front. Breita serving, and she's with Faison and Masaki in the back. So changes for the Bronx. We'll see how it pans out as set number 3 is underway. Little tap, Faison. Masaki sets it up for Acuff. Freshman already with 2 kills on the block. And the Bronx out to a 1-0 lead here in set number 3. Well, it's as simple as this now the rest of the way. If the Bronx lose another set, the season ends. Look at the block by Acuff and Watson on the helper, I think. 2-0 Bronx. If the Bronx lose another set, Nicole Masaki's career ends. Nobody wants either of those things to happen until 5 sets are complete. Well, rephrase. Nobody on the Bronx side. I would imagine the Roadrunners would be quite happy to end it after 3 and be quite rested going into the WAC tournament. Into the net, 3-1. Angelica Vargas in. Corinne Acuff takes a seat, or a stand, as it were, since nobody actually sits. Vargas serves to the front row. Attack from the outside, gets past the block. Sanchez, Masaki, Durham, sent up in the air by the net. Comes to the left, and it's 3-2.
In for Bakersfield is number 1, Jennifer Youngblood, and number 7, Kelsey Sawyer. In for UTPA is number 1, Shanice Faison. Jennifer Youngblood to serve.
Masaki sets up Sanchez. Back to Sawyer. Blocked. Durham and Watson in on that one. It's 4-2 Bronx.
Serving for UTPA is number 2, Alicia Watson. Point Bakersfield. In for UTPA is number 10, Macy Singleton. In for Bakersfield, number 16, Julia Bowen.
Macy Singleton's in for the Bronx. Durham. Yes. 5-3 UTPA.
In for Bakersfield is number 2, Mariah Alvarez. Serving is number 11, Casey Sanchez.
Casey Sanchez ready to serve. Goes out. 6-3 Bronx. Into the net. 6-4. Fernanda Gonsalves serves. Durham, block. Attack. Comes our way and into the stands, 1 row in. It's 6-5. Into the net. 7-5.
In for UTPA is number 15, Corinne Acuff. Serving is number 14, Haley Durham.
Haley Durham serving. Sawyer on the attack. Singleton pops it up. Racing back Masaki. Sanchez just pushes it forward. Sawyer again. Sanchez. Masaki. Sanchez. Thrown forward by Gonsalves. Masaki for Freitas off the fingertips. And it spins forward. Durham all the way to the catwalk, just misses one of the basketball goals. And now a miscommunication between Freitas and Durham. Neither of them hit it. And it's 7-6.
Serving is number 7, Kelsey Sawyer.
Acuff blocked. We're tied at 7. Masaki. Freitas. Forward. Sawyer. Stays on. Masaki. Freitas. Faison couldn't handle it. 8-7. That is the perfect serve. Sawyer didn't look like it was going over the net, kind of caught Acuff off guard. She dove, but it was too late, and it's 9-7 runners. That one goes out.
UTPA.
9-8.
In for Bakersfield is number 11, Aaron Riley. In for UTPA, number
Watson
2,
in,
Alicia
Singleton
Watson.
out.
Serving is number 3, Nicole Masecki.
Add some power to the front row. Senior Nicole Masaki back to serve. Acuff. Block. Arauzo sends it home. 10-8. Watson. Masaki sets it up. Watson again. 10-9.
Serving for UTPA is number 12, Krista Freitas.
Watson for Sanchez. Attacked by Guitar. Sanchez blocked and out. Tied at 10. (11-10) Roadrunners.
Serving for Bakersfield is number 8, Deborah Arauzo.
Deborah Arauzo. Serving. Freitas. Masaki. Sanchez. Gets it out. 12-10 Roadrunners. Masaki. Watson sends it down. (12-11).
In for UTPA is number 14, Haley Durham, and number 5, Angelica Vargas. Vargas to serve.
Vargas.
Bakersfield.
13-11.
In for UTPA is number 1, Shanice Faison. And in for Bakersfield, number 1, Danica Youngblood, and number 7, Kelsey Sawyer. Youngblood to serve.
Masaki. Watson blocked. Masaki, Durham, got it! Durham took a little something off on it. Now it's 14-12. Macy Singleton replaces Alicia Watson. Singleton to serve. Masaki sets it up for Sanchez. Blocked back. Faison for Durham. Let's try Sanchez again. She gets it over the block. Sawyer through the block, off of Faison into the seats. 15-12 Bakersfield, and we're up against the media timeout. We'll step aside.
Here, we understand how a team is the result of being part of something larger than yourself, creating a better outcome and a better tomorrow. Doctors Hospital Renaissance is proud to support the University of Texas Pan American Bronx.
Dr. Pena, does LASIK surgery work?
LASIK surgery is America's most frequently performed elective procedure. In fact, I've helped thousands of patients see better.
Dr. Pena.
Call me Raulito.
Thousands and thousands. Raulito, are you sure?
Is that thing on?
Yes.
Follow me. I had to put him somewhere. It's a big project.
That's a lot of successful operations. Call Dr. Rolito Pena at 661-UC.
The phone keeps ringing. Gotta make room.
I want you to come see us today at your new Buick GMC dealer, South Texas Buick GMC.
Come test drive the all-new 2014 GMC Sierra and drive it home for just $399 a month.
South Texas Buick GMC.
Masaki dives. It's off her fist. It's 16-12 Bakersfield. Here's set number 3. Bronx dropped each of the first 2 sets 25-20. Trying to stave off the end of the season just a little longer. Masaki sets it up for Sanchez. Got it! 16-13. Both teams still with all their timeouts remaining. No major run in this set like in the first 2. Masaki sets up Durham. Pop towards the scorer's table, and that's out. Bronx within 2. Sanchez serves it out. On the ace, it's 18-14. Nicole Masaki update, she has 24 assists. She needs 6 more to move up in the single season ranks. UTPA uses one of their timeouts. Up to the moment with 24 assists. She has 2,023 for her career. Trying to catch Marie Velasquez, who was 2,034 back in the 90s for second place. So needs another 11 to tie there. Now at 1,067 assists this season, needs 6 more to tie Lorena Lopez. Hold on. Check that. She has 1,068 assists, so she needs 5 more to tie Lorena Lopez's 6 to pass her, 4th most in a single season in program history. So we keep our eye on the senior, who also has 3 aces and 4 digs today. You know, Masaki's career high in aces is 4. Last accomplished September 6th against Arkansas Pine Bluff. She's done it twice in her career, once last year as well. Just throwing it out there. Career high in assists is 56, and digs is 21. (1914) Roadrunners. Phase on. Misaki. Freitas. Got it! 19-15. Gives Misaki another assist. She's got 25. Hallie Durham serving. Durham. Masaki sets it up for Freitas. Yes! 19-16. (26 assists for Masaki. O'Hagan, or no, that was Julia Bowen. O'Hagan's on the floor. 2016 Roadrunners. Saki for Freitas. Got it! 2017. That's 27 assists for the senior. She needs 2 more to tie and 3 to pass Lorena Lopez for 4th most in a single season in program history. Masaki serving. Took a big, deep breath before the jump float. Masaki sets it up for Watson. Still have by Bakersfield. Who gets the point? It's 21-17. And the Bronx use their final time out. Take a quick break.
This commercial brought to you by Lax Furniture, an official sponsor of the University of Texas Pan American Intercollegiate Athletics.
Back in the UTPA Fieldhouse, and Bakersfield's first serve goes into the net. It's 21-18. Freitas into the net. 22-18 runners.
Serving is number 8, Deborah Araújo.
Freitas, Masaki for Watson, whistle, Bakersfield point, it's 23-18. Freitas, got it. 23-19.
In for UTPA is number 14, Haley Durham. Serving is number 8, Maria Knievel.
And it's match point for the Roadrunners.
In for UTPA is number 1, Shanice Faison. And in for Bakersfield, number 1, Danica Youngblood, and number 7, Kelsey Sawyer. Youngblood to serve.
Masaki, Durham on the attack. Got it. 24-20. Assist number 28 for Masaki. 2,027 in her career, 1,072 this season. One more to tie for fourth most in program history in a single season. Masaki tries to send it over, but it's sent back. And this match is over. This one belongs to the Roadrunners. They will take all three sets. 25 to 20. Well, Nicole Masaki finishes with 29 assists. 2,028 for her career. That's third best all-time program history. 1,073 this season, which ties her for fourth most in a single season in program history. What a career, what a season for the senior, Nicole Masaki. Take a look at some of the final numbers. Bakersfield led by O'Hagan, 16 kills, 500 hitting. Arauzo, 14 kills, 520 hitting. 38 assists for Gonsalves. 15 digs for Alvarez. Bronx led by Haley Durham, 10 kills. And Nicole Masaki, 29 assists, 3 aces, 4 digs. Durham hit 381 in the match. 7 kills for Sanchez, 6 for Freitas, 6 for Watson, 2 each Kleefolk and Acuff. The Bronx hit 181, Bakersfield hit 336 here in the final match of the season. So the Bronx close up the season with a final record of 13-20, 2-14 in their first season in the WAC. And although it may not have ended the way the Bronx would have liked it, it's still important to remember the Bronx just completed their winningest season since 2007 when they went 15-18. So all things considered, still a good season overall for UTPA and a season that they can certainly build on. And as Coach Yale pointed out during the pre-match interview, one senior graduating, so a lot of players coming back, which means the Bronx are only going to be better next year. But as we wait for next year to come, it's time to sign off for the final time from the UTPA Fieldhouse. I'd like to thank everybody out there for tuning in, not just tonight, but all season long. This has been a presentation of Bronx Volleyball. For more information, you can log on to utpabronx.com. If you'd ever like to reach us, send an email. Contact information's up on the website under Inside Athletics. Click on Staff Directory. But for now, for The man in the control room, Jim Bob Sides, and the camera operator, Romeo Villarreal. This is Jonah Gold and Jack Falla, of course, wherever you are. This is Jonah Goldberg saying goodnight from the UTPA Fieldhouse. Bronx fall 3-0.